Thank you.
Thanks, Karine. So the year Joe Biden was sworn in as president, promising a more humane immigration system, is the same year that an all-time record 1.7 million migrants have been detained at the southern border. Is that a coincidence?
Thank you. So thanks for the question, Peter. First, I'll say that DHS will formally release its monthly September operational update sometime soon. So I'm not going to go into get ahead of that or go into the numbers. I think that's what you're mentioning right now. But secondly, I would add, and you hear us talk about this all the time, we continue to enforce Title 42 and expel single adults and families when possible. And we continue to be very, very clear that no one should attempt to irregularly migrate here or enter the United States. So it's unsafe, it's unlawful, it's a public health risk, which is why we're using Title 42, because it's not our immigration policy, it's a public health authority. And so those attempting to come in irregularly, migrate irregularly, will be subjected to border restriction, including Title 42, as I just mentioned.
And you're telling people not to come. That's been the line for a couple months. It's been very well documented that a lot of these migrants are just released with a notice to appear or a notice to report, and that something close to 80% don't appear or report. So do officials around here consider that that could be something that is attractive to migrants who figure, if I can just get in, I can stay?
Again, I'm not going to get into the numbers because I know that you're leaning into the numbers and asking me these questions. But look, we've been very clear, and we've been clear for the last 10 months. Again, the CDC has determined that the continued expulsion of certain individuals under Title 42 is necessary due to the risk of transmission and spread of COVID-19 in congregate settings, such as CBP stations, as well as the threat from emerging variants. So if it's not possible, which is what I think you are alluding to there, there is an exception if we have operational capacity constraints, including the makeup of the specific family unit and agreements with the country of origin or last residence. Another determining factor is detention capacity, both within ICE and CBP. There is also an extension for acute humanitarian need, such as the urgent medical situation. There is an exception on the Convention Against Torture if someone makes a legitimate claim that they would suffer torture if they've returned to the country from which they have come. As we have stated, those who cannot be expelled are placed into immigration proceedings. But, as to be clear, we are still expelling single adults and families when possible using Title 42. That remains the policy. That has not changed.
And a follow